Two top senators say they have reached a bipartisan deal to extend subsidies for Obamacare, days after the White House said it would end them. The federal payments to health insurers, which help offset costs for low-income Americans, would continue for 2 more years under the proposal. U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to end the payments came after the Justice Department said they were not legal. Critics warned the move would destabilize the healthcare markets. Opponents said it would lead to higher premiums, leaving more people uninsured and causing some insurers to abandon unprofitable markets. But on Tuesday, Republican Senator Lamar Alexander, the chairman of the Senate Health Committee, and Senator Patty Murray, the panel's top Democrat, said they had struck an agreement to provide a short-term solution to continue the funding. Reports of Obamacare's death have been greatly exaggerated. Hours after pronouncing the Democrats' signature health care legislation effectively dead and just minutes after saying cost-sharing payments to insurers was a government handout to boost their stock prices, President Trump backed a bipartisan deal that would keep the system afloat and continue the subsidies for 1 to 2 years. The president insists the end goal is still legislation that sends federal health care funds to the states to manage, but prospects, for now, appear dim. Instead, the next health care battle in Congress could be over securing enough support for a bipartisan compromise bill to overcome resistance from hardliners on the left and right. Chances in the Senate seem good, but the House of Representatives, with its arch-conservative Freedom Caucus still seeking full repeal, will be a heavier lift. There's an informal tradition in the chamber that Republican leaders only hold votes on legislation supported by a majority of their party members. Mr. Trump prompted a crisis last week by ending government payments to keep insurance premiums down for low-income Americans, but he may have helped at least temporarily break a congressional logjam. There's a certain art to that deal. This takes care of the next 2 years, Mr. Alexander said on Tuesday. After that, we can have a full-fledged debate on where we go long-term on healthcare. The pair had reportedly been working on a plan for weeks after the Republican-led Congress repeatedly failed to repeal and replace former President Barack Obama's 2010 Affordable Care Act. Under the deal, states would also be given more flexibility to waive some Obamacare policy requirements to allow consumers to buy cheaper plans. Mr. Trump said he supported the deal on Tuesday at a White House news conference with Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras. It is a short-term solution so we don't have this very dangerous little period, the president said, adding that the White House had been involved in the deal. Last week, the president took action to weaken Obamacare by announcing he would end the payments. He also signed an executive order to allow the sale of insurance plans that are exempt from some Obamacare regulations. The directive allows small businesses and some individuals to band together and form associations to sponsor coverage across state lines.